I love watching it in HD and to see all the little details of his face. Me? Obsessed? What? Welcome to Purple Knuckle Reviews. My name's Sharon. I am a huge Supernatural fan. I started watching the show in 2006. I've been to lots of conventions, I've met the boys, met pretty much almost the entire cast. And now I'm going to be rewatching Supernatural and making comments and talking about the show from a fan's perspective rather than as a first time rewatch like a lot of YouTube channels do. So if you haven't seen the whole show, turn back now because I will be talking about season 15 probably in this episode. You have been warned. Right, let's get into it. Let's go.
Come on, let's say goodnight to your brother.
Oh, little Dean. Daddy. Oh my god, look at how young JDM looks.
What do you think? You think Sammy's ready to toss around a football?
No, Daddy.
Oh. Oh, he's got tattoos already. I know he's a big tattoo guy. I didn't realise he had tattoos already during this time. I'd never noticed that creepy painting before. Why do you have that haunted thing in your house? That horror in Jeffrey's eyes is like... So Dean never actually got to see Mary on the ceiling through that bit. Childhood trauma? Dick. When I first watched this, I never realised how much a 4-year-old would know and remember. But now that I've got a niece who's 7, and I remember when she was 4, and you know, she still talks about stuff she did when she was 4, so she remembers.
15 minutes ago.
Remember the first time
Sam, you coming or what?
I watched this.
Do I have to?
I was not wanting a TV show that was in college or high school. So when I saw this bar scene, I was like, oh, it's just going to be another one of those, isn't it? And I'm so glad it didn't end up being that. He's such a baby. Look at him. I didn't realise how short his hair was either.
Why not?
I think it's because I'm used to Jared Padalecki now with longer hair.
No.
Shots, enabler.
And you're gonna knock him dead on Monday and you're gonna
Enablers. I know some of them.
I know it.
You know who you are.
What would I do?
Oh, look at him. Look at his little hair. It's like, how can you not know it's Dean? It's not that dark, is it?
Dad hasn't been home in a few days.
Oh, here we go.
So he's working overtime.
Famous line coming right up.
I'll stumble back in soon.
Dad's on a hunting trip. And he hasn't been home in a few days. Zoom to Sam.
Just excuse us. When I told Dad I was scared of the thing in my closet, he gave me a 45.
What was he supposed to do?
I was 9 years old.
And Dad's obsession to find the thing that killed him.
So that scene there when they're talking about don't be afraid of the dark. That was in their audition scene.
When I said I was scared of the thing in my closet, he gave me a 45.
Well, what was he supposed to do?
He was supposed to say ghost stories are just stories. He was supposed to say, don't be afraid of the dark.
And seeing them talk about it at conventions, and they still remember the lines, I just find that hilarious and adorable. I don't think Terence is ready to let go of Dean Winchester. I don't think any of us are.
You think Mom would have wanted this for us?
Nope. Mom didn't want it for you. So I know Dean says 2 years have never bothered you, never asked you for a thing, and I know that was actually a continuity error in terms of timing. However, I like to think something happened 2 years into Sam being at college where he wanted Dean or Dean needed his help. I like to think they at least had some interaction while Sam was at college. After 15 years, I can't imagine Dean not even being with Sam for 4 years. It's not... He's bound to actually want to keep in touch with Sam even if Sam's not in touch with John. In my head, maybe the first 2 years they had some interaction and then maybe they had a fight or something 2 years ago and they haven't seen each other much since then or at all. But even 2 years, I find it hard to believe that they didn't have any contact. They must have like text or something like happy birthday or something. I don't believe that they didn't have any contact for 2 years. Every reactor that I watched has a lot to say about this scene. Like, dude, you saw her glitch. Why letting her in your car? I don't know why he does that, because She's literally glitching right there. I mean, if you saw it in real life, maybe you just thought your eyes... Oh, but he's so close to her, and he sees her glitch, and then... Come on, dude. You know it's a ghost. Keep going. This is where the scary just got sexy stuff came from, was it? Close up of the boobs. I mean, this is your typical cheesy horror. Oh, and did I even notice the handprint there before? How many times have I seen this? And there's picked up on a few things that I've not really remembered before. See, she's got photos in her house of her and her kids. Why didn't John and Mary have pictures of relatives that are alive? And... oh, I was a bit late. In season 15, when Dean was topping up the Impala from the back, that was a realisation of like, oh, wait, hang on a minute, he has to take the licence plate down and insert fuel there. Watching this scene now, I'm like, well, yeah, he's filling it up from the back. I never really noticed that before. It took me 15 years to realise how to fill up the Impala. Metallica? It's a shame they couldn't get Metallica until like season 13. Shotgun Shut says K-pop. I love AC/DC, but I can't play it on YouTube because it will get instantly blocked. And there's the outfits that they were wearing on the actual finale, the last scene. Well, similar outfits. I wore this to the Heaven Bridge from the series finale in Vancouver when I went to Vancouver a couple of months ago. I kind of had a Dean Winchester inspired outfit. So as you can see in this scene here, he's wearing black denim jacket. He's wearing jeans, but I wasn't going to wear jeans hiking, so I wore black shorts instead, and I wore this with a black t-shirt underneath. So yeah, one of the last times I wore this actually was in Vancouver. Yeah, lots of missing people, huh? I guess there's a lot of cheaters in this town.
People talk.
What do they talk about?
Oh, love it when they talk together.
Oh my god, I love it when they talk at the same time!
Look at this 2005 computer. It is hilarious.
You think you're just gonna become some lawyer? Marry your girl? Maybe. Why not?
I'm thinking 300th episode, lawyer. Please no.
What difference would it make?
Oh, Jensen. Such a good actor.
She isn't coming back. Don't talk about her like that.
You can sort of see the vulnerability there in Dean when Mary's brought up. He's just like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I am gonna push you against the wall. And then you can just see him soften a little bit. Oh no, she's messing with baby. You do not do that. You do not do that. The Dean I know would not sit on the car when he's that muddy. The set design is just pretty awesome. One thing that never really got answered was, why did John leave now? Like, and why didn't he actually say anything? I wonder if it's anything to do with, like, because it can't be anything to do with this case, because it was all to do with the demon. So maybe, my theory is that he might have got kidnapped by the demons whilst he was on this case. And maybe he wasn't actually contactable for a week or a few days until he actually escaped. And then at that point he decided to lay low. And that's why he couldn't contact Sam and Dean. And that's because if he had just found out something, I don't think John would have left this case. He doesn't seem like that kind of a person to just leave a case without saying to Dean, you need to get on this case for me, you need to finish this. He didn't say any of that, he just was gone. So I think that's my theory, that he was actually taken by the demons or someone, and that's where he learnt about all the Sam plans that they had, or the demon blood Sam, or the Lucifer thing. I'm not sure if he even knew about that. We never really got to know about what John actually knew, we knew that he knew something to do with the plans that they had for Sam. Did he know about Lucifer? Who knows? That's one thing that kind of bugs me a little bit. They didn't actually say what did you know? Like, they didn't find a diary entry or anything like that. They could have had something that they found written down, like a secret diary somewhere that John had that he didn't want the boys to know about because it had to do with the yellow-eyed demon. That's just one thing that's it bugs me. All those little loose ends and stuff that doesn't really, they don't really get resolved. Hey ho. He really is such a baby here, isn't he? I think Dean looks younger in some of future seasons compared to this episode. I think it's the stubble, because he has a little bit of stubble in this episode. No chick flick moments. Jerk. Bitch. And there we have just that tiny little section. Just like saving people hunting things next episode. That's going to be repeated throughout the series. Love this show. Aww. You say what you want about John, but I think, he did love his boys. Even if he didn't treat them correctly all the time. I love watching it in HD and to see all the little details of his face. Me? Obsessed? What?
Figure out why he hasn't destroyed the corpse yet. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He's gone. Dad left Jericho. What? I've got his journal. He doesn't go anywhere without that thing.
So, John leaving his journal there, that kind of lends into my theory that he was taken. So if he doesn't go anywhere without his journal, that means that he was taken. Or he couldn't go back to get his journal if he was out and about. I think my theory holds up well at the minute. If you have any other theories, leave them in the comments. And maybe we can try and all figure out between us what actually happened. Oh, you bitch driving baby. Oh, that front bumper of the baby is just pretty sexy, isn't it? I wonder if the law is just crap about the cheating thing. Because if, well, I guess he is technically kissing her back there, trying to distract her, so that means he's fair game. You go, Sam. And there's Dean, just worried about his car. This poor car has been through so much, and this is just the beginning of it. Although he does seem more concerned about his brother at that point, so it goes Sam, baby. It's like just a little bit down. I like the camera effects with the speeding up and everything. It's kind of a good thing to do on no budget. I mean, children in these kind of things are very creepy, and this effect here is nightmare fuel, and I am so glad they didn't keep this effect. I'm so glad it was just more of the burning variety rather than the what the fuck did I just watch variety. No, you won't, Dean. You will never kill Sam. And that's the whole point of this entire show. Dean will never kill Sam. That's the whole point.
You're not going?
The interview's in like 10 hours. I gotta be there.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
You see what I mean about the subtleties in Jensen's face there? It's just like, it's kind of come to that realisation that even though his brother's by his side at the minute, that he doesn't want to stay by his side all the time. That vulnerability he has about being abandoned and being left by people, it's clear from the get-go.
Maybe I can meet up with you later, huh? Yeah, alright.
And that's Sam's way of reassuring Dean.
Sam, we made a hell of a team back there. Yeah.
Aww. That's when they realise they miss each other. Oh, Sammy, Sammy, Sammy. Your friend Brady is about to roast your girlfriend on the ceiling. That little smile from Sam, I wonder if that's the fact that he made it up with his brother. And he's at home with his girlfriend, he's just made him cookies. And he thinks he's gonna have his life sorted. It's like satisfied, and then suddenly his life gets turned upside down. That fire spread bloody quick. Sorry, that was very British. I can't believe that was actually real fire. Like, that's just, well, not the bit that came at them, but the fact that they used real fire for that. Oh, health and safety wasn't that big back in 2005, I guess. Oh, Sam. See his like tears falling right there.
We got work to do.
And there we have episode 1 down. I don't know how many times I've seen that episode, but there were definitely things in there that I've not really spoke about or discussed before. I mean, they look like babies. And I've not seen this many times since I watched the finale, maybe a few times with reactors, but sometimes I don't, it's just their YouTube, so I don't see the whole episode. The fact that Dean and Sam had so many things like this related to the last episode in this. Dowd and Jensen are pretty good at what they did in the finale for all the callbacks to this episode, and I love them for that. And from the get-go, there's so much emotion hidden within Dean. On first watch, you may not actually realise, but having gotten to know these characters over the course of 15 years, you can see it more vulnerability there than you would if it was your first watch. What can I say about Sam in this episode? He's still full of that naivety and hope that he can have a normal life. And knowing what happens, it's pretty sad, but pretty like, he does eventually have a normal life, but it's at a huge cost. And it, you know, you think, oh, the huge cost would be like Jessica dying, but no. Like, if you're just watching this episode from the start, no. But Dean dying gives him his normal life without, it's basically, it's a theme throughout the show that if Sam is without Dean, he just gives up hunting because he doesn't know, he doesn't want to do it without his brother. He literally says it in the future. But yeah, the whole, so where did John go thing really does bug me sometimes. So I think the only explanation for why John disappeared was that he was actually in trouble because of the yellow-eyed demon. Because there is no other explanation except for him being mysterious. And that's not John at all. If John wanted to hunt down the yellow-eyed demon because he found out more stuff about Sam, or if he found out stuff about Sam that he wanted some time with, he would have just told Dean that I want you to take care of this ghost in Jericho, California, because that's what Dean was there for before. He was there to help hunt ghosts and kill monsters. Why wouldn't John ask Dean to go finish his hunt for him whilst he tracked down another hunt? You know, Dean was always following orders. If Dean questioned it, he'd be like, just follow orders, because that's what we've seen that he did. So I reckon that maybe a demon maybe kidnapped him and then he escaped after finding out a lot of knowledge to do with the plan for Sam. This pilot holds up really well for something that's 18 years old. It's so well made. I think I've watched a few things from back here, from back in this time, and it just does not hold up. There's so many cliched things, like I went and watched Bones, and I was watching it going, oh my god, this is so early 2000s, oh my god. Yeah, this one, it's I'd call it a classic. It's a timeless classic. I applaud Kripke for that. And yes, the technology dates it a little bit, but you know, it's still cell phones, or mobile phones, as we call them here in the UK, and they're still computers. So it doesn't date it too much. But it's not even just about the technology in the show, it's all about the style. And I think that is why Supernatural has done so well. It's kept a lot of the same people from the pilot to the finale, or at least, you know, really late on in the show. I'm not embarrassed to show people the Supernatural pilot. I've had bosses at work ask me, oh, so what is Supernatural about? And I literally had one watch the first 5 minutes of the pilot right in front of me to see what I was talking about, and he praised it, and he is the director. So he directs TV. So yeah, so I think high praise is all around the music in it. Thank you, Kripke, for putting in rock music. If I could meet Kripke, I would just give him a massive hug and congratulations, and just thank him for everything that he's done for everyone that watches Supernatural and The Boys. I'm going to be ranking all the episodes in a percentage, because I find that sometimes 8.5 or 8 doesn't quite justify it. I think for the pilot, was there anything bad about it? I mean, I guess some of the plot things of, oh, why would you just let some random glitchy person into your car in? But I'm nitpicking so much. I'm gonna give it a 95%. Maybe 95? Because I literally can't think of anything that... I mean, the bit where he goes to her house is kind of slow, but it's there to build tension, I know that. So, but for me, it's a little bit slow. And the bit where Sam goes to the woman in white's husband is kind of a bit... I kind of lost focus a little bit through that, so... I think 94%. 94% is what I give the pilot. So next time I'm watching Wendigo, I have still no idea what the correct pronunciation for Wendigo is. But that's what we'll be watching next time. And that's where this famous quote is from. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment and subscribe. Every little bit of interaction helps me build up my channel and build the algorithm, so I can actually be recommended to more people. So if you're a fan of Supernatural and you want to discuss it with me, put a comment in the comment section and then we can have a discussion. I know there'll be a lot of people who hate John Winchester in the comments, probably coming at me talking about John, saying, oh yeah, he would abandon his kids. If that's you and you want to have a discussion, comment below. I will say this, please keep it drama free as possible. I don't want Twitter on my timeline. I get enough of that on Twitter as it is. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.